Hi, I'm Ivan, a filmmaker and someone who likes movie posters a little too much. You have to flip. Um, fucking flip it. Alright. Movie posters are super important to a film's success and its legacy. And I'd like to talk to you guys about some movie posters that I think work compared to the onslaught of movie posters that we get today. Now I'm going to be using some of those movie posters as inspiration for some of my own short films and creating posters for them. I hope you enjoy. You're really going to make me do that. I know the enjoy line was bad, but a good movie poster is enticing, eye-catching, and tonally consistent with the film that you are making. For example, let's look at 1979's Alien. This, in my opinion, is one of the best posters of all time. Everything you need to know is there. The eye is caught by the title, bold and protruding from the black background. Then, there's the actual subject. The egg and the ground leading up to it is unearthly and mysterious. And the cherry on top is the fact that the poster has a border around it to fit all the extra information a viewer would need without distracting from what is supposed to be the eye catcher. The enticers, of course, are normally a memorable tagline or a name in the cast, and the crew you're familiar with. If you never heard of Ridley Scott or Sigourney Weaver, you wouldn't have to, because the tagline has done the heavy lifting. In space, no one can hear you scream. If you couldn't tell by the title, it's in space, but it also lends to the tone of the actual film. The eerie green that is often used in the film, the isolated spacing of the title's letters, and the tagline all insist a tone of isolation and fear, and they don't even need to show you the actual alien. Now let's look at the Blu-ray copy of Alien that I own. They give away the monster on the cover of the movie. Now I understand the alien is a monster movie icon, so you've probably seen it before, even if you haven't seen the movie. But this isn't even scary. It's green, I guess, but so is the Grinch. But you don't see me having nightmares about him. Even the tagline and title lose their charm due to their changed placement and size. Of course, Alien's not the only good poster. Take a look at some of these. Similar to Alien, this poster is super awesome. I'm only going to talk about it for a second since it accomplishes the same stuff Alien did in similar ways. But just notice that in the tagline, the word adventure is there. What's key to a tagline is to have a hint of the genre of the film you are making. Alien is a horror film, so the word scream is in the title. Jurassic Park is an adventure movie, so it has adventure in the tagline. Posters can be fun, like this one. Clark Griswold catches your eye because of his colorful expression and features. Even though it breaks the mold, the title and info at the bottom and tagline at the top works well because the poster is meant to be viewed from the bottom to the top. The leading lines of the roof to his legs to his head, and boom, you'll crack up. Oh no, something that'll date this video. You probably know about this movie. Your great-grandpa told me he rose from the dead just to shamble over to the theaters to see it. I'm talking about this because, one, I don't want you to think I'm some greasy boy with bad facial hair who will rip your head off if you like the movie Free Guy, although I am. And two, I wanted to compare it to some more recent films that I think are just as good and don't nearly have as good of posters. I happen to really like the poster because of how everything is in it. It's kind of like an anime opening in poster form. Almost all of the key story plots have been expressed here, but they're all subtle enough to only make sense once you've actually seen it. Now that we've seen some great movie posters, I'm going to use what we've learned and I'm going to create 3 posters for some of my short films. Sketching things out is always an important first. It's during this phase I want to try and brainstorm some cool poster designs. It's important to make a lot because you never know what you'll use for inspiration for the final design.
Also, keep in mind your final sketch will most likely not look like your finished product. For my first film, Retrowave, I wanted to take inspiration mainly from the Alien poster. My other main focus was to give a hint to the audience of the red light sequence I have in the film, which some in my film class said was too shocking and came out of nowhere. The first thing I did was open Photoshop and got an image of the microwave in the film. I cut the white bits off the image out with a clipping mask and played around with the opacity of the edges, because I wanted the light coming out of the microwave to be the only light source in the poster. Then I went through some different title styles. Remember to number your different ideas. It helps when asking others for a second opinion on what they like. I liked the first one and the last one the best, but eventually I went with the last one since it reminded me of the timer on a microwave. Next, I edited the image of the actress from my film. Since the microwave is at an angle, I edited the angle of the image first and did my best to line it up with the microwave. Clipping mask, the image, and that's when I began having some troubles. Always remember not to freak out. My problem here was that the edges of the image did not realistically look like they were connected with the microwave. What I did was make a copy of the microwave and use a clipping mask to outline the screen of the microwave, then just layer that over and lower the opacity of that screen. Pretty simple fix. Now start adding lighting by creating a new layer with color dodge. I added the text as red, but I then decided I wanted them to be black, and then use the lighting to silhouette the text. After that, I added particles of red to the screen and around the text, and that was about it. All I had left was to touch up a few spots, and then I was done. My second film, Polyphemus Byline, was my easiest to work with. I made the background a similar color as the walls in the film, and once I used clipping mask to clip out the actor and his shadows, I realized I wouldn't have to be exact with the cutout like usual, since the color I picked as the background blended so well with the image. I added the text and played with spacing and how to make the title mesh with the poster. The tagline was replaced with a simple statement, a short film from Ivan Rubinenko, since this film was less comedic than my other two films. Finally, I overlaid multiple versions of text in a low opacity blue and red, like the actor's shadow in the image. And that was about it. On to my final film, I didn't know what I would do with this one. I knew I would include the masks, and then I decided I'd have the actors popping out. This is when clipping masks became important because it would look really bad if I was not accurate with my work. Once I had the masks and people cut out, I moved on to the text. I decided I'd repurpose my original choice of text for my first film and use it here. I also liked how similar they all were, so I decided to emphasize that by having the text almost connect together. I also decided to change the images I had into a white silhouette, so I switched over to Illustrator. Finally, I decided to create some rectangles to connect the silhouettes with the text on the poster, just to add to the themes of the film and to add to the design in general.
Now let's look at the final product. Wow, those are some pretty cool posters. Well, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't click off though. I mean, because if you click off, I'll die. I'm being genuine. This is serious talk. I will die if you click off the video. So please, with all your heart, please don't click off the video. Just like keep me playing on your computer or whatever, and I won't die. Think about it. You'd be saving me so much trouble because dying is not fun, and I would really like to like live forever. In fact, I would like to live forever. So please, please, I'm telling you, please don't turn off the video. Don't turn off the video. Don't turn off the video. You know, I had to change the battery for the camera, and I just left the camera here. I went back to my dorm real quickly, and got a new battery, like in 2 seconds. But I was running back through the hall. Some girls were just like, one girl just went like, run, run, run. They were just like walking back to their dorm, and they just called me out and said, run, run, run. And then she laughed so much. It was like she was Jerry Seinfeld or something. She thought she was the funniest woman in the world. Okay, me running to, see if, whatever. I don't care. Who are you? Who are you in college? Who are you in college doing stupid high school BS like that? That's honestly so stupid. Who are you to do that? That's so silly. Honestly, I'm airing my grievances right now because I'm like stupid, and I wanted to say something like comebacky, but all I could do was when I got to the door, like right over there, I just stopped and looked at them. They didn't notice me, I don't think, but I just like looked at them, waiting for something to say, and my stupid head didn't know. So yeah, that's how my day is going. And I recorded that, and we will add that to the video in post-production is the word that we call it in the film industry, which she will not be in. I don't even know if she's interested in film, but stupid like things like that, like laughing at other people right in front of their faces. I shouldn't be judgy like this. I don't know how her day is going. She might have breast cancer.